Okay, hi guys! Welcome! Ito yung second part. Sorry. Sorry sa cut again. Sorry. So anyway, ito na tayo. Let's talk about the powers, duties, and functions of the President and the Vice President. Pag-uusapan na natin ano yung kapangyarihan nila, ano yung ginagawa nila, ano yung functions nila as the President and the Vice President. So, now let's proceed. So now, first power of the President is the appointing power. So ano ba ang appointing power? Ang appointing power of the president is basically to appoint members of the government or specifically different positions in the government. So, sino ba ang ina-appoint ni presidente? Ang ina-appoint po ni presidente is ambassadors and diplomats, cabinet members, chief of the armed forces and of the PNP, the chief justice and associate justices of the Supreme Court, ina-appoint po yan ni president. And you have the different commissioners of of different constitutional commissions such as the COMELEC, COA, CHR, okay, and the Civil Service Commission. So sila yung mga ina-appoint ng presidente ng Pilipinas. But these appointees of the president, okay, itong mga appointees ng presidente, they are still subject to the confirmation of the Commission on Appointments. Kung babalikan natin yung topic natin kanina, or sorry, yung topic natin from past videos, pagdating sa checks and balances, ito yung way or isa to sa power ng legislative branch to check the president, and which is ito yung pag-confirm nila doon sa appointees ni presidente ng Pilipinas. Ngayon, when it comes to appointing power of the president, bibigyan natin ito ng separate video para mas magiging malalim discussion natin pagdating sa appointing power. But in a brief lang, ang appointing power ng presidente is, remember this, control, lahat ng i-appoint niya, okay, lahat ng i-appoint niya, except sa lahat ng justices, okay, na Supreme Court, except sa commissioners ng different constitutional commissions. Yung mga yon, yung mga nabanggit kong yon, yung dalawang yon, is hindi siya pwedeng galawin ng presidente. Hindi niya yun nakokontrol. Okay, hindi niya sila nakokontrol. Ang pwede lang kontrolin ng presidente is yung kanyang mga appointees such as cabinet members, ambassadors and diplomats, and different rank or flag rank military and police officials. Alright? Ang dahilan nun kung bakit hindi niya pwedeng kontrolin yung mga nasa korte at different constitutional commissions. Kasi yung mga yon ay separate from the executive branch. Okay? Unlike yung ibang appointees ng presidente, they are all members of the executive branch or of the executive department. Okay? So, yun yung isa sa power ng presidente. He appoints them. Okay? Since ina-appoint niya yung mga tao na yon, siya rin yung nagko-control. Ito yung nabanggit ko. So, ang appointing power ng presidente, kasama na rin dyan yung power to control. Anong ibig sabihin ng power to control? The president has the power to control all of its or has control of all executive department, bureaus, and offices. Again, the chief executive of the Philippines or yung pinakaulo ng executive branch is the president. So, sino siya yung presidente? Siya yung may hawak or siya yung may control doon sa mga nasa executive departments. Specifically, yung kanyang mga appointees. And speaking of, dahil nakokontrol niya yung mga nasa different departments, yung mga different department heads, ngayon, sila yung mga nagiging alter ego ng presidente. Ano ibig sabihin ng alter ego or alter ego principle? Ang ibig sabihin nun, lahat ng actions ng mga department heads ay actions din ng presidente. Kasi ina-assume doon na yung actions nila is alam ng presidente dahil sila mismo ay part ng or sila ay nakokontrol ng presidente or they are supervised by the president. So, binabantayan sila. Okay, so kung anong actions ng presidente, kung anong gusto ng presidente, yun ang gagawin nila, or kung ano man yung ginagawa nila, yun ay alam ng presidente. Okay, kasi nga, they are the alter egos of the president. And kasama yun dun sa idea ng power of control or control power ng president over his appointees. Alright? I-review lang natin ha. Even though na ang mga justices na Supreme Court and different commissioners ng different constitutional commissions ay appointees ng president, it doesn't mean kaya niya yung kontrolin. Dahil ang pwede niya lang makontrol is yung mga in-appoint niya in different executive departments, bureaus, and offices. Alright? So, nakakadalawang kapangyarihan na tayo ng presidente. Third power of the president is the diplomatic power. So, president or our president is the chief diplomat. So, siya po yung ating chief diplomat, siya yung ating chief foreign official or foreign service official. Siya yung nakikipag-usap sa ibang mga bansa. Siya ang ating chief diplomat, sorry. So, yun nga. So, he may enter international agreements or treaties, but these treaties and agreements are subject to Senate concurrence or pagpayag ng Senado. Okay? So, kaya nga po makikita natin na ang presidente ng Pilipinas, lumalabas yan ng bansa, pumupunta yan sa ibang bansa para mag-establish ng magandang relasyon with other countries. Kaya nga po, hindi naman ibig sabihin na lumalabas ang presidente ng Pilipinas naggagala lang siya. Pero ginagawa niya lang yung trabaho niya, which is to establish diplomatic relations or good relations with other countries. Okay? So, kasama yon sa kapangyarihan ng presidente. Alright? So, ayan. Remember, our president is the chief executive and our chief diplomat. So, next power of the president is the military powers. Okay? So, ano yung military power? Since the president is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, siya ang pinakamataas. Bakit siya ang commander-in-chief of the armed forces? Kasi po, meron po tayo na in our government, the civil or civilian or the civilians is supreme over the military. We have that principle that the civilian is supreme over the military. So, paano magiging supreme ang civilians over the military? Nandyan po si President. Ang presidente po natin is ang ating commander-in-chief, which is a civilian. Kaya po ngayon, siya ang doon natin makikita na mas mataas ang mga tao or ang civilians over the military kasi mismo commander-in-chief ng military is a civilian, which is the president. So, sana naging malinaw ako doon. So, yun yung dahilan. So, dito sa military powers, so, he is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. One of his power is to call out troops in case of invasion, rebellion, or lawless violence. Okay? So, dito natin, or ito na yung paggamit ng martial law. So, ngayon, yung military powers or martial law, yung pagtawag ng martial law, tanggalin ko lang yung picture ko. Ayan. So, in case of invasion or rebellion, or ito yung sa martial law ha, in case of invasion or rebellion, as public safety requires, the president may suspend the privilege of writ of habeas corpus, declare martial law, subject to congressional concurrence. The president can declare martial law, okay? Pwede na siya mag-declare ng martial law ha, if there is lawless violence, invasion, or rebellion. Okay? And ano yung effects ni martial law? Ang effects ni martial law is isuspend yung privilege of the writ of habeas corpus. In a separate video, pag-usapan natin si martial, kasi mahaba to, sobrang mahaba siya. So, pag-usapan natin siya in a separate video, pag-usapan natin ang martial law, ano yung effects ng martial law, ano yung nangyayari talaga sa martial law. Pero, in a brief discussion dito, ang martial law is basically kung ang military natin ngayon, ang trabaho lang nila is to protect us from invasion and of course against terrorists, against the NPAs, alright, sa mga lawless mga groups or mga Abu Sayyaf, mga ganyan, mga terrorist groups. Yun ang trabaho nila, is to protect us. Pero hindi niyo makikita ang mga military na nandyan sila in public para manghuli ng mga criminal or whatnot dahil trabaho yun ng mga police. Pero once na mag-declare ng martial law, makikita natin na yung presensya ng mga military in our public. Okay? Ano yung difference ngayon ni military at saka ni PNP? Ang difference kasi nila, si military, pinoprotekta nila yung national security natin, while si police is the public order and public safety. So, yun yung realms ng kanilang trabaho. So, panglabas yun sa military and pagprotekta sa loob. Pero yung sa police, ang pinoprotekta nila is yung public order nating lahat. So, yun yung sphere ng trabaho nila. Pero, disclaimer lamang po, hindi ibig sabihin nun, hindi pwede manghuli ang mga militar. So, kunyari, meron makikita, halimbawa, meron nakikita si militar na krimen or na nangyayari sa harapan niya, pwede siya manghuli. Of course, kasama yun. Pero again, ang military po, meron silang separate duty. And that is to protect our national security and national interest. So, yan. So, Ayan, speaking of martial law na rin, ang martial law po, pwede siya i-declare ng president, pero depende pa rin yan sa Congress. Okay? Kasi based sa experience natin before, di ba, alam naman natin yung nangyari nung panahon ng martial law ni President Marcos. Nagkaroon ang ating bagong gobyerno yung sa 1987 Constitution ng mga ways to check and balance kung ano yung powers ng presidente tulad ng martial law. So, ayan yung nangyari. So, if meron declaration of martial law, depende pa rin yan sa Kongreso kung papayagan nila or hindi. Okay? And pwede lamang, again, ulitin ko po pwede lamang mag-declare ng martial law ang presidente if there is lawless violence, invasion, and rebellion. Alright, so pag-usapan natin yan. This is a separate video pa kung ano pang meron pa sa martial law. And, by the way, before we proceed, ikakat ko to pero before we proceed, remember this. If there is martial law, hindi po nawawala ang freedom ng mga tao. Okay? Ang freedom of speech, expression, of the press, or kahit ano pang human rights na meron, hindi siya nawawala. Ang nasususpend lang po is the privilege of the writ of habeas corpus. And ano yung privilege na writ of habeas corpus? Yun ang ilabas yung katawan ng isang tao. Okay? Patay man o buhay. Alright? Ilabas ang katawan ng isang tao, buhay man o patay. So, yun yung sinususpend. Pero hindi ibig sabihin nun, wala nang karapatan ng lahat. Pero pag-usapan pa natin yan in a separate video. So, next tayo. Next.